my gosh, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I mean, it's been when did we do a podcast last time?
It was it had to have been back in, like, the early summertime, I think.
I
Maybe
just
or yeah, it's been quite some time.
dropped my chapstick.
Yeah. I feel like lots has changed.
Okay, got it. Tell
Hope
me.
it's not too loud. So in my subdivision, all these, wonderful blue collar boys are building a new subdivision. So if you hear the trucks, that's why.
I can't hear anything. If you hear a bloodhound, sorry. Okay. So tell me what's been new with you.
So honestly, I feel like since we talked last, my social media is starting to grow.
Uh-huh.
Um, I started when we were talking last time, I was just using TikTok, not really using Instagram a whole lot. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start. I don't really get a whole lot of feedback on Instagram anymore, like how I used to way back in the day with my old account that I had. And I was like, I'm gonna start putting what I put on TikTok just over to Instagram. And then it started hitting, and then it just started to go. And then a friend of mine named Ryan runs the unmarried father Facebook page,
Mhm.
and he's seen one of my TikTok videos, and he was like reaching out on all the different platforms, like, I gotta get a hold of you. You gotta make a Facebook. Like, you gotta make a Facebook account. And I was like, well, I have one, but I just started a business one tied to my Instagram, but I don't post anything on it.
Mhm.
And I hooked it up to where it just starts sharing, and it's been a game changer,
Mhm.
and it's been a complete game changer.
I did that
So
too.
much to the point now that I don't even really use
Sorry, go ahead.
TikTok. No, you did that too? The yeah,
Mhm. It
yeah.
I started a page and then something's wrong with it because it's paying my personal page that I share everything to my family instead of my business one. S- Yeah, so it's set up wrong and it makes me pretty angry. So I don't really understand how it works, but I'll figure it out someday. I don't know. I don't know.
Is that better lighting or no?
Yeah, girl, look at you.
Should I keep that on or no?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Let me
not
show my
cutting
double
that.
chin, my wrinkles. It's okay. It's okay. That's really my true personality anyway,
I
so
know, me too. When people
it
see me in real life,
there's some
they're
things
like,
that, man, I if my son so he's now at the age I catch him kind of starting to record me or try to set me up for things. I'm like, "Oh, you're getting to that age now." So who knows the stuff he's captured because I don't even know.
yeah, yeah. Kids are little turds. I'm like, "Excuse me?"
No. He caught me the other day. We were in the car, so his dad was here and his grandpa was here from Puerto Rico. It was his birthday weekend, and we were either going to his soccer game or dinner. I think it might have been a soccer game. No, it was dinner because I was dressed up. I didn't realize he had his phone on the door panel, so I'm in the back seat of his dad's truck with him. He's got the phone on the door panel, and he's like doing this mess with me, and he acts like he's gonna like jump, like hit me. I went like, I was going after him, and he's like, "Mom, I'm kidding, I'm recording." And I'm like, "Don't show that video to anyone."
Yeah, delete it now.
Mm.
Okay. So, let's talk about the questions that we got asked on Instagram, so you can go first if you want.
Yeah, so thank you guys, to the folks that sent questions. So,
Yes.
were you gonna ask did you get the ones that I sent you, or did you want d okay. Are you gonna ask me, or do you want me to say?
Yep. So question number 1, raising up children in the ways of the Lord.
Oh, I love that one. So whoever asked that, thank you. One, I will say every day is a new learning lesson for me because I'm still on my, as you know, as we talked before, for those who don't know, or maybe they're just new following to this, I used to be an atheist. I did not grow up in a godly home. I'd go to church with my aunt, but I didn't know what I was doing, what I was seeing, and all that stuff. So now, when I initially found Christ, I got the kickback from my son, like, dad, mom's like turning weird. She's turning cookie, like I would get that kickback from him, and he didn't understand. And it wasn't until he came to service with me one time, he truly felt the Holy Spirit. And we had a talk, and he's like, Mom, I don't know what that was. And, like, I have it
Oh,
all written down, like, his testimony stuff in my notes because it was just amazing.
oh,
So with that being said, he had gotten baptized and he's been on his own walk, and I see him growing every day. And I feel like it's kind of I feel like God has an anointing on him, like, he has something big planned for Adrian, and the talks that we have, the prayers that we have, like, it's I said this on my Instagram the other day, like, the greatest gift I've ever done as any achievement in life is no military accolades, no nothing, it's bringing my son closer to Christ. So, I would say to answer that question, because 'cause y'all know I can give the Titanic version of my answers,
we love it.
I would say it's a daily learning, and I learn every day on, how to navigate that, but it's a beautiful thing.
I love that. That was from Chad Johnson 447.
Oh, well, thank you, Chad. And we pray together every night, Adrian and I, and like we talk about scripture that he reads because I will say he doesn't read the word every day like what I do, but when he does, like we talk about it, and he starts asking questions. He now prays over his soccer team before games. Like yeah, like he's really like being bold with his faith. And if you would have asked me that 6 months ago, I'm like, no, he would never do that. So it's beautiful.
So that's a recent
A little
situation.
cry.
Oh, what a cutie.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, okay, this one is Orlando Rhodes 37. How do you balance your life and there for your son?
So I will say I'm in a unique position now after I got out of the military, obviously my son was younger. I went to school at one point. I worked from home that's back when I was in the powerlifting and all that, and I would do like meal planning and macro meal plans and stuff for folks. So I've always worked outside of the home, and then we moved to Austin, and then I was the director of operations for Rogue and Invader. That one I will say was hard looking back. I don't know how I juggled that because I was so focused on diving into a new life, and I talk about that in my ebook, like what transitioned to that I was literally working 6, 7 days a week. Bless his little heart, he would come in tow with me with his little bag of, GI Joes and Predator and, all the different things, and he would just come with me to work, and that's all I did was work, work, work. Then, of course, he gets to, elementary, and he's in school now in sports, and so now I've been able to create a schedule for myself that I do my own thing, I work from home, so it's like I'm almost like a stay-at-home mom, but without I'm not married, but but also, like, I still have an income, I still work, but I'm able to do my own schedule, so that's
Mhm.
nice because I tell you what, from 4 to 9 p.m., I am either driving to a field or I'm at a field.
Mhm.
So, he keeps me busy, so I'm just thankful and blessed that I'm able to do what I want, and, social media has given me a platform to be able to speak, out to people, and the coaching and my website and all the things, so I'm so blessed, so blessed.
So on that note, how is
And
the
I'm in school full time, a lot of people don't.
You are?
Yeah, no, I don't really talk about it much, but yeah, I think I have, like, 5 months, 5 or 6 months till I get my bachelor's.
Oh my god. You are awesome. You're just doing all the things.
Yeah, trying. What's that, the jack of all trades, a master of none?
Uh-huh.
That's me. Yeah.
This is a username I'm not gonna RL_LR_6566. Uh, they say child custody laws, question mark?
So that's something newer for me, that I kinda just stumbled into, the whole new world with that, the child custody. I didn't realize how much of a billion-dollar industry that was, and I don't wanna misspeak because I don't have facts, like, right in front of me as far as the actual statistics,
Mhm.
but it is a billion-dollar industry, and states do get incentivized for awarding child support to the whole 50-50 thing. You would think, someone can't work things out, obviously, that's the ultimate thing is for them to be able to work things out. It should be with 2 fit, healthy parents should be 50-50, no child support, like, everyone's, chipping in to take care of the child. It's not like that at all, and unfortunately, I know there are some women who get the short end of the stick sometimes, but it's primarily men, It really is, like, it's, call a spade,
Mhm.
and it's really sad and unfortunate that the court systems do not put the child first, the best interest of the child, and it does seem like to be a father, you have to literally pay to be a father, you know?
Mhm.
It's so sad.
Mhm. OMG, these dogs.
So definitely sometimes I do use my platform. I've been able to connect with some pages that are really speaking out about the equal parenting time, equal parenting time, and also pushing rights for fathers. So I've been kind of blessed to be able to meet some new people. Kind of use my platform also to speak out and kind of bring awareness to some of that corruption and all that. So that in itself too has kind of been a blessing because
Uh,
my ex-husband and I, we didn't go through all that stuff. Like all the court battles and battling over our child. Like we've always co-parented well. Um, so I had no idea what truly went on, you know.
yeah, that's a blessing because you hear so many horror stories of people saying like, "Oh, it was a nasty battle," and it's like, man, I wish people could just amicably raise their child together and, not be together, but, co-parent well and not do it in a nasty way. It's like that is just not the norm. And it's so
Yeah.
refreshing to hear that you guys have that
What though? What
relationship
the
cuz
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you. And kinda even not to, like, pivot into a whole 'nother topic, but, like, it kinda opens up a segue, and I know some women are not gonna like the thought of this, but it's reality. A lot of the nasty, toxic co-parenting does stem from women.
Mhm,
It really does.
mhm.
It's the jealousy, the pride. I'm not saying that men do not contribute, so you women out there don't come after well, actually, I don't care if
I don't
y'all come
either.
after me, but
I don't either.
like, the reality of it is women are jealous, catty, they will be selfish and put the needs of themselves over their child, and, "I don't like your new girlfriend," and, "I don't like this," or, "Your dad's unfit." Who are you to decide that you're a better,
Mhm,
parent just because you gave birth? Like, that is one of the biggest things I hate to hear, like, "I gave birth, I carried the baby."
uh-huh,
Well, we're complementary, the man provides the seed
uh-huh.
because God made roles, so we're complementary to men.
Yep,
And that's
absolutely.
our job. It's not an extra burden, you know?
Mhm. You understand
Man,
what
gets
the
me fired up.
repercussions of sex are, so don't
But
have sex if you don't wanna have a kid.
don't open your legs. And you know what? Okay, this is another thing too that I often talk about. So these I've heard these women say, "Well, my ex-husband, he was such a horrible father to our children. He did this to me, he did that to me." Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't become a despicable person right after you had children. I'm pretty sure those signs were there, those red flags were there, but you chose to ignore them. So how about let's take some accountability also for your actions on why you chose a deadbeat person. But no
Weird.
one wants women aren't ready to have that conversation yet. So that's kind of what I like I really noticed there was like I didn't have a like, Jose has never been a bad father or anything like that, but, like, going through my own struggles and my divorce and my, learning and growth, like, it really made me think, like, wow, like, it's a lack of accountability. It's not, "Oh my gosh, this person is so bad." It's a lack of accountability.
Yes, there are horrible
So I'm on
people
this quest to make a movement
people
to make women
absolutely. There are horrible people in the world, men and women on both sides, but it is the fact that people just like
Yep.
to poke and point fingers. "Oh, well, you were this bad. Why the fuck did you
Yes.
choose them?
Yep, men.
Stop choosing shitty men, and maybe you
Yep.
won't be in these situations."
Yep. Yep.
I
I've
s
even seen, like I've talked about the Facebook groups, the toxic Facebook groups, "Are we dating the same men?" I've made a video on this about how toxic in nature that is, and you
Mhm,
just see these women on there, it's just full of negativity and toxicity, and, okay, take aside what that man did to you, okay?
mhm,
How are you, one, like, holding on to that resentment? How are you gonna move on and heal and work on yourself when you're constantly caught up in the drama like
mhm,
that? It's not healthy,
mm-mm.
and these men are not there to defend themselves. I've actually known of people who have been, really good people, and they get thrown into the mix and on these pages and defamed, and they own businesses, and you know, and then you see the women. I've had people comment, "Well, my three boyfriends I found out were cheating." Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's talk about your three boyfriends. So let's ask yourself there, sister. Um, what are you doing to contribute to attract men like that?
Do
Again,
they
so it
know
ties
about
back
each
into the
other?
accountability. I don't know, but I've seen some crazy stories, some crazy comments under videos when I post things about those topics, and people will say, "You wouldn't believe what was done to me," and you know, the
Ugh.
character defamation. There's an app now called the T app. Apparently,
What?
I'm like out of the lingo on
I don't know any of
all that
these
stuff.
things either.
Apparently, there's an app out there that does the same thing. That does the same thing as the "Are We Dating the Same Guy" Facebook page, but it's an app. Yeah, isn't that crazy? People monetizing and benefiting off of people's downfall. Yeah.
You're joking. They're monetizing off of it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if the person posting's monetizing, but, like, the person who made the app, like,
Oh,
they're monetizing
yeah.
off of, people's downfall, for sure.
So this is from C. Whittam 0414. I don't know how to make it a question, but women in welding or the trades and Amber check really heavy on the heart. So I know a little bit about this case, but for those that don't know, Amber Check was brutally murdered by her coworker while she was at work. He hit her over the head with a hammer. He didn't like her. He felt inferior,
Mm.
and supposedly, and I I'm not going to say certain words just because I don't know all these facts, but rumor has it apparently she had made 5 different reports to HR, and a lot of people don't realize that HR is not for the people. Even though it says human resources, it is for the company. So if you're in the trades, please talk to your union rep. Your union rep will probably do a hell of a lot more than HR because the HR is trying to cover for the company. It is unbelievably unfortunate that she was murdered in that way. She was 20 years old. And
Yes.
I posted a video about her case, and I think the last time I checked, I posted it yesterday on TikTok, and I've made 26 cents off of it so far. I'm donating every dime I make on that video to her family. There's a GoFundMe for it. I don't know how long that GoFundMe is going to be up for. I hope a long time, and I hope it makes a ton of money. And supposedly there is what you said before we started recording, that there is a lawsuit going out, and we don't know all those details either, but I really, really hope that everybody that was involved and knew about the situation is charged with something, because that is unbelievable. And he's getting charged with second degree.
That is
It's
devastating.
not even first. And he had admitted that he didn't like her and he had planned on killing her for a long period of time.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you mind can we pray over can I pray over this?
Yep.
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 And her name what was her name again?
Amber
'Cause I'm
check.
still I'm new to this whole, like, story kind of. Amber Check?
Yep.
Okay. Father God, we just want to lift Amber Peck up and her family in your prayers, Lord. This devastating news that we're finding out about her horrible and horrific murder, God. She did not deserve any of this. Jesus, we're lifting up her family and her loved ones and her coworkers and those who cared about her and all the women in trades. We're lifting them up in prayer, Lord, for your comfort and your love and your peace, Lord. I'm praying that she is on the other side with you right now, Lord, living peacefully and shining down on those who loved her. And God, I just pray for comfort and peace as people navigate this severe loss. And I pray that those who had anything to do with this, a hand in this, God, I pray that the swift gavel comes down upon them, Lord, and only you know why this had happened, Jesus, and we just put all the trust in you, and my heart goes out to her and her family for this devastating news. We love you, Jesus. Thank you and amen.
Amen.
I'm not the best prayer, but I felt like sometimes I don't know how to gather my thoughts, but I felt the Holy Spirit tugging at me on that
Mhm.
one. I
Mhm.
It's devastating.
I know.
It's completely devastating.
I saw it on a TikTok video and I was
Wow.
just appalled by that. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to see my video and be like, that is so heartless that you're, making content off of her. I'm not. I'm trying to help her family by raising money by views. I'm not asking for money. If you want to donate, go for it. But I am not sitting here saying like I'm keeping any of that. I'm not keeping any of that. That poor girl's family deserves that.
Well, there's a big difference whenever you're using a platform to you're donating anything that you make from the video, and you're a
Mhm.
woman of integrity, like, I know that you'll follow through,
Oh, yeah.
or we wouldn't be having this type of exchange, if I didn't feel that you were not a woman of integrity, so I know in my heart that you will do that, so
Mhm.
that's different. Now these people who are just making content to get clickbait off of someone's unfortunate sad story, that's a whole 'nother scenario.
Absolutely.
I was just talking to some folks the other day about that, like, you see, um content creators about like how we make money on things, and I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine who I know pure intentions, good intentions, and I was thankful that this person understood where I was coming from instead of getting defensive. But when you do reach a platform and you're trying to help those that are in similar situations that you come from, you want to use your platform to try to raise money to help a family out, help a father out, help a mother in need, or, some, especially the holidays are coming up. But I think you have to be very careful with how you position it because even though it's, I don't agree with whenever people do something good and they make videos off of it, like, look what I did, look what I did. So it's very touchy. And I was
Mhm.
trying to explain that to him, because they wanted me to pass the video along. And I said, I can't stand behind that video, not because of what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. But it's the heart posture, even though I know his heart posture was good, it was more of
Uh-huh.
the image it
Mhm,
portrays.
mhm, and it's a fine line, and
Yeah.
people flirt with it a
Sorry,
lot,
I got off on a
and no, you're fine, and it's very, hard for a lot of people to understand, like, there is a fine line, and people flirt with it a lot, and, the intentions might be good, but at the same time, it's like, what message are we trying to portray?
yeah. Well, because then too, it's like if you're donating, I don't know, say a gift card to the grocery store for a family in need, and you're like, please, nominate people or share this so it can reach whatever. Well, you're also people are going to want to help naturally. And so they're gonna share, they're gonna comment, they're gonna repost. And you know, the engagement, the algorithm, you gain followers, you gain, monetization and things like that. So it's just very tricky in how you portray that is all.
Mhm, mhm. So I was trying to come at it with like
Yeah.
I took the 911 call and, I laid the facts out, like, "That's what it is. Please," like, "Any amount of money I make on this video is being donated," and, like, I didn't wanna say anything just because I don't know all the facts, and I had a couple people be like, "That's disgusting. You're just staring at the camera, like, expecting people." It's like, I'm literally sharing something that was already shared on a public platform. I'm not doing anything that, like,
Yeah.
if you don't like it, I'm really sorry. You
Well, I
can
think also
move.
too, too, whenever you're trying to do something good and your intentions are pure, the enemy is gonna attack you. Like you're gonna get kickback and negative people. They're not gonna see your way. They're gonna just pick at you and try to
Mhm,
tear you down.
mhm.
But
Yep, absolutely.
stand firm in your convictions of what you're doing and yeah.
Yep. Donate my 26 cents.
Hey, I'm hoping that more people will
Mhm.
go
Me
to that and
too,
donate.
me
I
too.
literally just learned of it, yesterday briefly off of LinkedIn. I saw something on LinkedIn, and then I did see I think I liked it, but I didn't really know a lot of the details of it. It's just
Mhm,
devastating.
mhm. It's
Just devastating.
unbelievable. It is terrifying, and I think it's like, because I had my one of my really, really good friends and one of his ex-coworkers on my podcast, and we were talking about women in the trades, and she's like, "I have guys that stand up for me." Her father passed away, so she doesn't have a dad, and so she's very, very like, I look up to these men as father figures, these foremen, these, everything. And it's like, I don't think a lot of men in the trades realize like how much women look up to them in that way because like they're looking for guidance. They're looking like, please be a protector because I know you're there to do a job, but at the same time, if there's a female on your job site, keep an extra eye out for her because that is important because there are predators like this in the world and
Yeah.
they didn't like I mean yes they saw it coming. If all of these reports are accurate, which I'm sure they are, I have a feeling they are, I think you really need to just pay attention. Just fucking pay attention. to everybody, not man or
Mhm.
woman. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Somebody in the trades, if there's something going on,
For
pay
sure.
attention. But specifically females, because girls, we are not as strong as men. We are just biologically not as strong. So therefore, how are we going to defend ourselves if something like that were to happen? Obviously, that was such a devastating situation, but pay attention. So any men listening, if you have females on your job, please pay attention to them.
I think workplace culture though is so important. I feel like I was talking to a guy that I know that owns a business, and he was saying he doesn't allow any sort of red flag with anyone as far as like any sort of workplace like cancer in the
Uh-huh.
atmosphere gone. Like
Uh-huh.
he doesn't care how good they are at their job, they'll be replaced because he's not allowing that type of cancer to infiltrate the workplace because it takes that one person, the negative person, the one starting the drama, and it could be man or a woman,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
yeah, so I think that's really important.
It is. It is important because cancer spreads so fast and it just is like wildfire. And as soon as someone's
Mhm.
negative, there's going to be another negative person and it never stops ever.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So,
And no one should ever have to live in fear, like showing up to work, to make a living, and
uh-uh. Uh-uh.
that's
She's 20 years old and she had her
speechless.
entire life ahead of her and she wanted to just be a welder. And that's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh
Just
man,
stripped. She's 20 years
that's
old.
very disgusting.
You want to talk about accountability?
Sure.
Ah,
I gotta put the camera. Look at my new shirt.
make
Make
women
women
accountable
accountable
again.
again. It's
Yeah,
live on my
girl.
website.
I love it. We need a
I'm wearing
link.
this to my son's soccer game later too.
Good. Have you had any women get mad at you wearing it?
So I just launched it on the website, and I ordered me one. Mine came in today, so I haven't actually gotten to wear it out in public yet. So to be continued.
I want one. You need to send me the link. I want one.
Um, but you know what though? I definitely will. I will. Um, whenever so the video that I posted yesterday about women, about like, do you make your man's breakfast or pack his lunch or give him some loving out the door? Like if he's out there providing for you. So far, I haven't really checked it today in the comments, but I was waiting for women because normally it's like, well, I work too, and where's my lunch packed at? I'm like, well, that's not what I was asking. I
Mm-mm.
wasn't asking that like it's tit for tat or he did this or I did that. I'm asking why aren't you? Is it coming from a place of resentment, burnout? Like that's the root problem that people forget and need to get to. So it's not like, well, I work too, like, he can pack my lunch, you know?
Mhm.
I still feel no matter what, like, God, we have designed roles for a reason, and I don't care what role, what job your husband's doing, even if you make more money than him,
Mhm.
like, I still think as a woman, there are things, nurturing things that you do
Mhm.
as a woman,
Mhm.
and I get it often. Well, have you even been married before? Are you even a mom? Well, when I was married and I worked full time or I was active duty, or even working full time after I got off of active duty, I was a mom. I'd
Mhm.
get up at 3:30 in the morning to go to the gym. I'd have all of our breakfast packed,
Mhm.
lunches made for Jose and I both. I would get Adrian's stuff laid out for daycare. I would go to the gym, come back, get Adrian ready for daycare. Jose would take him to daycare. We both would go to work. I would pick him up from school or from daycare. I would make dinner. Jose would go to the gym. It's like there's
Mhm.
so when people try to come at me with that stuff, I'm like, "No, I've been there. I've done it."
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
no.
Mhm.
You need to take care of your husband.
Absolutely. And then people come at me and they're like, "Well, what's your husband
So
do?"
that
I
part I
said,
knew I got right.
"I'm sorry, I have a fucking roof over my head. Is that not enough too?"
Oh, but apparently to some women, that's like the bare minimum now.
Motherfucker, this
That's
is
what I have heard, like,
$1,700 a
I've heard
month.
women say in videos. Well, I mean, I have like it's so sad when they say providing a roof over your head, paying the car payments, providing groceries, all the things. That's the bare minimum. What?
That's a lot.
This whole mindset of women, but this whole mindset of the women and the accountability and the women, the entitlement is just it's mind blowing.
Girl, the bare
It's
minimum
completely mind blowing.
conversation, ooh,
It's a very
I
women are
mhm.
yes. And the
Mm-mm.
cons I made a video about this a while back. Like women are always talking about like this constant need for chasing validation. Love and relationships are not always going to be
Mm-mm.
rainbows and butterflies and oh my gosh, you make my heart pitter patter. It's not always going to be like that.
No.
Love is a choice.
Mhm.
Love is not, to me, love is not a feeling. It's a
Nope.
choice you make. Like, this is my person. We align in values, whether it be, faith, how to raise children, if we decide to have children, all the things,
Mhm.
politics, everything. This is how we are gonna, have our covenant or divide our covenant, or not divide covenant, but run our covenant, according to, however y'all seem fit. I
Mhm.
totally just mouth diarrhea on that. Sorry. Um, I do that sometimes.
It's fine.
It's my welcome to my daily life. This is why I don't do public speaking because I'll just start
Oh,
diarrhea of the mouth. That's why I take notes when I make videos because stay on my talking points.
I
Um,
can't do public speaking, I'd
I
poop my
forgot where I was
pants.
going with that. Well, the being in front of people doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me at
Oh.
all. I can walk into a room of
Mhm.
crowd of people and be fine. It's the worrying about the getting the tongue tied, like with the cognitive issues that I have with the
Yeah.
MS. It's like my brain doesn't sync up with my mouth, and it's like there's a delay. Sometimes I'm like deer in the headlights
Nope, I poop
all
my
the
pants. I
time.
can't do it. They scare me. I don't want you to look at me. I do not exist. Okay, don't look at me.
Just
Anytime
take some Tums
dude,
before you be fine.
I legit if Zach looks at me when I'm doing a video, I die. Please leave the room. Vacate the premises. Vacate Earth. I can't
Yeah.
have you looking at me. I'm sorry.
Isn't that funny? Okay, this is gonna be a little crude for a second. But isn't that funny how that could be so, like, scary, but yet the man's seen every orifice of your body? Like, I don't mean that to be
Yep.
crude, but it's like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep. You
Uh,
have seen
yeah,
everything. I do not care. I don't care.
every inch of your body.
Do not watch me make a video on my phone.
Yeah,
No. Scary.
love it.
Oh, oh crap. Where did my thing go? Oh, it was in your text messages. There it is. Okay. So, okay. These are some anonymous questions.
Uh-oh.
Why do so many women demand a high value man yet refuse to become a high value woman themselves?
I'm glad they asked this because, honestly, like, think about it, like, women we're taught to, and I could even say, like, I kinda grew up this way a little bit too. Like, you're a tough woman, you're an independent woman, like, you deserve the world, you're a queen, you're a queen. It's that entitlement mentality. It's we have a society where we raise young girls to think like, what is owed to me? I
Mhm,
deserve the world. I deserve this. Not let's teach young women how to be good wives,
mhm,
how to be women of noble character, how to be good mothers. We're not teaching those things. It's
mm-mm,
all about, clout and social media and images and all the fake things. We're not teaching women how to be, I'm gonna say, God-fearing biblical women.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, because
Yep.
mom and dad are like, you know, not together and they therefore have different opinions about how to raise children and they, you know, pit against each other. So therefore, mommy is a independent woman without daddy. So I'm going to teach my little girl the same thing. No,
Yep.
no.
Trust me, and I've been there. I'm tell you what, girl, in my ebook, I so far I haven't gotten any negativity. I'm prepared for negativity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised I didn't turn out to be a feminist with how I grew up. Like I grew up
Mm-hmm.
blue collar
Yep.
family. My dad worked his butt off, and my mom, she did work sometimes, but she didn't have to work a lot of the times. And I didn't know their true struggles, which I will say they did really good at keeping that
Mm-hmm.
from us. Like I thought we had a wonderful childhood. They fought and argued, and I'm not going to get into their business on here, but um I was raised, around a woman who very strong-willed, argumentative, combative. knows everything. It's her way or the highway. So I kind of grew up around that feminist culture. Like, you're going to work when you're 15. You're like, don't depend on any man to take care of you, which I agree to an extent. Every
Mhm.
woman should know
Yep.
how to take care of herself and
Yep.
be resourceful, you know. But I'm surprised that I did not turn out to be a flaming liberal woman, feminist.
Mhm. I think you probably saw that and went, "Ooh, I don't wanna be that."
Yeah. Well, it kind of tied into some of my healing too, like unlearning, behaviors. And I'm not here to, I love my mother
Mhm.
dearly, and we haven't had a relationship since 2022 because of certain things. And um, I love both of my parents very much. And unfortunately, I can't have a relationship with my dad because she won't allow that. And he's on her side. And I understand that's his wife. Um, so it's hurtful because I feel like I've had to mourn the loss of my parents and they're
Mhm.
still living, and I've
Mhm.
always been very close with my parents, and I just pray every day that my mom will be delivered because she has a lot of hurt from her childhood. I lost my brother in 2005, so she's lost a child, so
Mhm.
there's a lot of, hurt that I feel like she truly needs to work through, and
Mhm.
so I pray for that every day.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's
And so that kinda
devastating.
stems, a lot of people don't realize this hardened hardened shell that especially these women, like, independent, and a lot of it stems from something from their childhood,
Mhm.
whether it be trauma or they felt abandoned or the communication, or that's truly where it comes
Mhm.
from,
Mhm.
or, relationships that they chose after. And
Yep. Yep.
even I, as healed as I feel like I am, I have a good friend of mine who I care about so much. He's a big part of my life, but I've really, he's opened my eyes a lot to some of the healing that I have to do that I'm
Mhm.
currently working on, that I'm like, "No, I'm good, and, like, I've got this, like, I'm helping other people," and I'm like, "Oh, shoot." Now it just peeled back a layer that I didn't even realize that I, needed to work on, so
Mhm. And it's kind
it's
of
just a constant evolution, I feel like.
oh, yeah, absolutely, and it's like what you said about dating men after, your childhood or whatever, like, I mean, the 2 guys that I dated right when I got out of high school were the worst
Mhm.
guys I've ever dated in my entire life, so but the thing is I took accountability for it, and I realized that I picked shitty men, and it's like, "Baby girl, you're the problem. They suck, but you
Yep.
you picked them." So
Yeah, it's yes. Well, like, I just put a video the other day, I don't know if you've seen it or not, the girl, and I wasn't trying to judge the girl off of what she was wearing or the tattoo that she someone said something about her tattoo, like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't even it's not I am a firm believer that you can change from your past mistakes. Just because
yes.
you might have made mistakes, or you, maybe were on OnlyFans, or maybe you made bad choices, there's grace on the other side with
Mhm.
Jesus, and I know that you can redeem yourself from that, and so I don't
Mhm.
feel to hold someone's past against them is fair.
Mhm.
But with that being said, you can't, as a woman, you can't go around parading drunk and half naked on the streets and for Instagram videos, and you're drunk and you're half naked and then sleeping with men, increasing your body count, and then expect, that's the word, they expect a king and a leader to come sweep them off their feet. It doesn't work that way.
They expect a finished man.
Yes! And that's another thing that brings up, like, you constantly hear, like, women have this long laundry list of, he needs to be 6'3", make $200,000 a year, he needs to look this way, he needs to be in shape, he's gotta have, like, a whole laundry list of things, but
Mhm.
yet, what do we bring to the table as women? And, oh, they don't wanna have that conversation because it's the,
Mm-mm.
"I bring the whole table." No, you don't, honey. You bring toxic baggage and drama and chaos?
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they're not ready to have that conversation. So that's kind of with my social media, that's kind of what I try to, in
Mhm.
different avenues, try to make women realize, like, you're not the prize, honey. Like, you're not. Like, start doing some inner work. Let's, fix your mindset, fix your communication, fix your behaviors and your patterns. And,
I've had a lot of
yeah.
people say that I'm very condescending, and I'm like, I never said I was everybody's cup of tea. I'm very blunt, and if you don't like it, you can block me. But this is how I feel about this, and females suck.
You know what, though? This whole, like, everyone gets offended, or, oh, you're being judgmental, or you're, um, I, that whole mentality, like, So I don't want to go out of my way to purposely try to hurt someone,
No.
obviously. Like, and I know you don't either.
No.
But also too, like telling someone truth and standing firm in your truth is also a form of love,
Mhm.
you know? And people don't want to hear the truth because it stings. Somehow
Mhm.
it resonates with them that you're holding a mirror up to them.
Mhm. If the boot fits, put it on and wear it.
Yep.
Number 2.
But I think you have a really good message
Sorry, go ahead.
with your content that you put out. Like if a lot of women who oh no, you're fine. If a lot of women would just listen to the message that you're trying to show, like you have a healthy,
Mhm.
happy, thriving marriage. You guys have been married what, 12 years?
I mean, we've
Right?
been
12
together
years?
12 and a half, but we've been married for
Um
7, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. It's still a long time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so, like, you showing your into your life, like how you make your marriage flourish and
Mhm.
putting your man, first and, all the things and how in return, how you're taken care of. And then you could be the feminine, because you're allowing him to lead. Like, that's what women don't like that. It's
Mm-mm.
not that you're being condescending, it's because you're holding that mirror up to their face.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Mhm. Mhm. And it's the whole like, well, that's oppression. It's not, but okay, whatever you want to think, boo boo,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It's funny when, like what you said, like I'm able to be in my feminine and he's leading because the thing is like it's not tit for tat. It is, like you said, it is 100%.
It's
He
not.
treats me with love and care. I treat him with love and care. And therefore we come together and we have this cute little like box that we're just in together and we're thriving around in it. And
Yes. Yep.
it's not rocket
Yes.
science. You treat me
And it
well,
takes
I'm gonna
work every
treat you
day.
well, man.
And it takes work. Exactly, and I'm sure there's days you probably wake up and this is what I was having a conversation with someone about this, like, some days you don't feel like loving on your partner, or sometimes you don't wanna get up and, do this or that, but it's
Yeah.
like, you have to make that choice, like, you
Mhm.
have to show up for it, and I think a lot of people miss that but like, "Oh, I don't feel like it." Even the intimacy, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, this will ruffle some women's feathers because anytime I talk about this, it does.
Mhm.
I think there should be intimacy every day.
Mhm.
I don't care how many children you have, I don't care what you got going on. The kids are gonna be fine for 5 minutes. I don't even care, like, if your kids are old enough, "Oh, mom and dad wouldn't lock the door," like, who cares? Like, your spouse comes first, and
Yup.
a lot of people think, "Oh, no, I can't lock the door for 5 minutes." Lock the darn door for 5 minutes and take care of business, like, it is
Mhm.
not that big of a deal, like,
Mhm.
like, I don't know,
Mhm. Get it, girl.
I don't agree with that. There should be some sort of intimacy with your spouse every day.
Yep. And I love that you said like your partner comes first because that's exactly how I live my life. And I'm sure you saw me probably make that video, but obviously God, then my husband. But as a human being, my husband is number one in my life. Always has, always will be.
Yeah.
He says the same thing. And the amount of people that were like, your parents should come first. I said, do you think I get this mentality from anybody
No, no,
other
no,
than
no,
my
no,
mom and
no.
dad? My mom and dad taught me this mentality because they put each other first. Then it was me and my brother. Think about that shit. If they put each other
Exactly.
first,
Yep.
they are
Well, that's
putting us first, technically, because they love each other.
yeah, yeah. I that one that's not biblical. That is not. It doesn't even make sense to me. One, especially if you're married and your parents, no, they do not come first at all. That's like I joke with my son all the time, like, "Oh, he's such a mama's boy," and I always joke, "I'm gonna follow you wherever you go," because you know, type of thing. He's my only child.
Yeah.
And but I know in my heart, someday when he meets a good woman and he gets married, like that's his life, that's his family. I don't
Mm-hmm.
come
Mm-mm.
first.
Mm-mm.
I don't have the right to insert myself into his marriage or his decisions or,
Nope.
tell him what he should do. It's him
Mm-mm.
and his wife. It's God, him and his wife,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. That's just like Zach's
No,
mom.
under no
His mom
circumstances.
is so on the same page. And okay, his parents are same boat as my parents. Like they're very like we put each other first and then our children, so on and so forth. And his mom is
Yep.
I'm so close to his mom. And she's so very much like
Oh, I love that.
Whatever is between you, your husband, and God, nobody else has to come between you two, and
Yeah.
there's no excuse for that. And it is like the most. I was blessed with the best mother-in-law on planet Earth. Let me tell you what, she is a gem. Our washing
I
machine
love that.
broke twice. This is the second time in in a couple weeks. So I texted her and I said, "Hey, am I able to just bring clothes over and wash them?" And she goes, "Drop them off. Do not bring laundry detergent. Do not bring any laundry sheets. I'm doing your laundry for you." And I'm just like, "No,
Oh.
I can do." And she goes, "No, there's no argument." So this
Oh.
morning, Zach walks out of the door and both sets of the laundry baskets were on the porch and they were folded. And I was just like,
Oh, so but see, but think about it though, like, so, how you raise your children, affects a lot. So, you both come from 2, marriages or 2 families that both parents have been married, good godly homes,
"Yep.
and then now you 2, have that foundation. So, that just goes to show you, like, how the type of environment that your children are raised in,
Mhm.
it's, it's legacy building, and it
Mhm.
carries on.
Mhm." And that's a huge thing. Like people are like,
It
"Well,
really does.
are you going to have children?" And we're finally at the point where we're like, probably, we're not 100%, but we're leaning more towards yes. But like, we wanted to have that foundation so firm before we even thought
Yes.
about bringing another person into the world. This world sucks. I want to be able to like
Yep,
have
kudos to you guys.
conversations. It's like,
Yep,
yeah, I don't know.
yep. You know what's kind of annoying too, like, whenever people ask, I guess I couldn't be that type of person, "Oh, when are you guys gonna have children?" Or just automatic I mean, trust me, I'm all for people having children. I'm at a point in my life, like, if God feels like I need to have more children, then please bless me with more babies. I don't know how
Mhm.
that's gonna happen because 'cause I'm not married, but,
Uh-huh.
you better hurry, God. I'm just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Um, I'm just kidding. All in his timing.
Yes.
Um, but no, with that, like, when people ask questions, "Are you gonna have any more children?" I get asked that all the time.
Mhm.
Are you gonna have any more children?" Well, I don't know, like, that's a personal question. I can't stand when people insert themselves, like, "Oh, well, you should do this, and you should have more children," and like, "Oh, you don't have any children yet?"
Mhm. You wanna know what I
Mind your
say to
business,
those people?
Brenda. Come on.
I like saying to them, "When's the last time you had a bowel movement?"
What? I almost choked on my
I'm
coffee.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine, you're fine. That's true, I mean, it's a very personal question.
Like, you're literally asking me, "How's my sex life?" Like, "Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
It's great. It's thriving." I don't know about yours, but
yeah.
oh my god. When
You never know what we're gonna talk about on
No,
here,
I
that's
love
why I
it.
love it.
It's my favorite. When did accountability become offensive for women but mandatory for men?
Honestly, I mean, that could go a few different ways, but I think back when the feminist movement really, really kicked up and started going because it was the tearing men down and to be, we demand equal this, equal that. They want equal until it's inconvenient for them. And then it's not about equality. It's about, oh no, well, I'm a woman. I deserve,
Mhm.
these things. So that's BS.
I
But
mean,
I think that's when it
when there's
started,
a
really.
hurricane, do we see lots of women going down to clean up the shit? No, we don't. We see lots of men, but what do I know?
Honey, okay, the house we live in, who built that?
A
Men.
man.
The phone we're looking at, who built it? A man. Like,
I'm sure
it's
there are
the
women
nature of the
in these
world. Like,
situations, but
not I'm
at the
not
same
saying,
time, like 90% of them are men.
and I know women who are strong and can do the same job as what a
Absolutely.
man can do.
Mhm.
I think just so there's like two parts to this because I'm all for women who are strong. I'm a strong woman. I'm all for women empowerment, but I think it's how it's turned into, like how it is. Like I just because you can do something that a man can do doesn't mean that you should do it. Like
Mm-mm.
honestly, and this is gonna tick some women off. I was in the military. I know that.
Mhm.
I do not think women belong in combat at all.
Mm-mm.
I do not think so at
Mm-mm.
all. Um
We're
I
too
don't
emotionally
I
driven for
don't
that
think any
shit.
standards should be changed. Well, like, I think too, if you can physically do the same standards as a man, then you know what? More power to you, but there's a flip side to that. So, for instance, say you and I are in combat and we have a group of men, like, we're on a mission, and I passed all the tests. I did all the things as a man can do, and here I'm over in Afghanistan now. We're in combat together,
Mhm,
and all of a sudden we get ambushed, and you and I and old Billy Joe over here gets captured.
mhm,
They're gonna sit there and torture us, and what is a man gonna naturally do because they're protective by nature? He's gonna give up intel. He's
mhm,
gonna give up information because he's not gonna wanna see us 2 women get beaten and, raped and,
mhm,
all those
mhm.
things.
Yep.
So it's just they don't think about these things. It's more, "Oh, no, like, women empowerment, I can do the same thing." Yeah, but doesn't mean that you should. So
Mhm,
I stand by that. I do not feel that women
mhm,
belong in combat.
mhm. I feel like, we're equal,
Or
but we're
even
not.
certain other jobs.
Yes.
Yep, yep.
You'll love this one. Why do women give their absolute best at work for a male boss, but give their man at home excuses?
That 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 boils down to the whole empowered. I'm an empowered woman. I'm gonna go, a lot of women will say, "Oh, because he pays me. My boss pays me." You know, actually posted a video similar to this, maybe 2 days ago about
Oh,
that,
really?
and someone had commented underneath it that his wife his wife demanded $2,000 a month for her spending money, and I'm like, "What?" And then, of course, he's providing all the things, the home, the cars, the whatever, all the and I'm like and they're divorced now, and I'm like mind blown. And I know that doesn't really answer the question of what it was. I feel like a woman will show up more for her boss than her husband because it does boil down to the
Mm,
empowered feeling. He pays me. I'm a boss babe. I can make my own money. Women say that until I'm telling you, and from experience, I was that person. Oh, like I'm independent. I could go make my own money. I'm gonna start over in Austin. I'm gonna have my own place and I can do all this stuff. And I did. I
mhm,
did. And guess
mhm,
what? It left me burnt out, tired, stressed. It took away from me as a mother.
mhm.
Like women think that the grass is greener on the other side. It
It's
is not
not.
greener. It's greener where you water it.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm telling you what, being a sing being a single mom is not a badge of honor. It's not like, oh, you see all these content creators now, like these divorce diaries and these women going on about, being a single mom, and it's not something to be proud of. I'm sorry, it's not.
I can't speak on that because I'm neither of those things, so I just don't like it.
But you still have an understanding in the
Mhm.
sense of like it's common sense. Do you know how many people, and people ask me all the time, well, do you think that you would have been married still if so? It's hard to answer because I'm gonna say no. Um, I because my ex-husband and I were on 2 different paths as far as, like, he doesn't have a relationship like how I do with the Lord. We're on 2 different
Mhm,
paths. Not saying
mhm,
that it couldn't ever,
mhm.
him, oh,
Oh, no.
what happened there?
Did it
Oh, my little
die?
light, oh, it's dark now. It died on me.
It's
Sorry.
fine.
Oh my gosh, it's dark. Um, and so anyways, I forgot where I was going with that.
On 2 different paths, he doesn't have the same relationship with
I
God.
don't even know. Yeah, so I don't know if we would have been able to if I had never left and went to Austin. I don't know if we would have ever still or if we still would have been married and been able to work through things. I don't know. I don't know if I would know the Lord like I do now
Mhm.
if I didn't go through what I went through. So it's really hard to say, because I get asked that question a lot. Do you think that you guys would still be married if you would have and I put this stuff out there about the accountability and I talk about this in my ebook. And sometimes I'll get some flack on my posts like, "Oh, this woman, she made all these mistakes and then, ruined this man, and then now she wants to claim, "Oh, she learned her lesson." No, there were some things done to me too, but I just don't talk about it,
Mhm.
from his perspective. Because 1, he's a private person. He's
Mhm.
in the military, like,
Mhm.
and I'm just not gonna do that because he's not there to defend himself or tell his side. So, I don't talk about the hurt that I have also felt. So, of course, I always look like the bad guy, like, "Oh, you
Oh,
ruined
yeah.
your marriage," and
Mhm.
so people can think what they want, but it takes 2 people to ruin a marriage. It really
Mhm.
does.
Mhm. That's like I posted a video the other day that said, "Nobody talks about the man that comes into your life during your healing era. I was with a guy who never loved me properly. To someone who adores me, puts up with my stuff, and never lets me go a day without making me feel how beautiful I am. I prayed for this kind of love. Thank you for healing what you didn't break." Some guy on YouTube goes, "He was always there. He was just never given a chance until you saw yourself broken enough to give him a chance." And it's like, nope, I just didn't know my husband.
Wow. Wow.
I never
Some
met
people,
him.
though, some people's comments sometimes, I just have to, like, yeah, like, that's what, like, ignorance, like, I sometimes people's responses, and I've learned every once in a while, I will clap back at
Mhm.
someone. If I could turn it into a, um I don't wanna say a talking point, but if I can
Yeah.
turn it into make someone think more about the comment, then I'll usually do, like, a video response to it,
Mhm. Mhm.
um for usually for, like, the people who are just, being rude, I'm just like, "Yeah, whatever."
I um I reply back to a lot of these people. "I'm so glad you know my story better than me."
Mhm. There you go, right? There you go.
All right. Why do some women weaponize their emotions and call it communication?
Ooh, well, so I think there's a few different answers to this, but I think it's like a compound thing. So, with the whole I feel like the older generations, like the ones that we came from, not all, because I feel like for instance, you came from a healthy home.
Mhm.
There was a lot of brokenness, I feel like.
Mhm.
Back when the whole even when the feminist movement started, the 50s, 60s, and all that going on, um, a lack of communication, like people don't know how to communicate. Um, and see, I already done forgot the question. What was the question again?
Okay. The question was, why do some women weaponize their emotions and call it communication?
So they call it communication, but it's really not communication. And like I was saying, it kind of boils back down to like I know you came from a healthy home, but I feel like the generation that our parents grew up in, that's when a lot of the toxicity started. The feminist movement and women were wanting to work outside the home, and that's kind of when you start to see the breakdown. So with that comes the breakdown in communication. So I feel like how women point blank women nowadays, they don't know how to communicate,
Mhm.
in a nutshell, to answer that question,
Mhm.
and they'll weaponize their emotions, the manipulation, the crying, and use that as, like, they're communicating, but it's not. It's usually a one-sided, like, "Me, me, listen to what I'm saying,"
Mhm.
type of
Mhm.
thing.
I've said a couple times that women need to use their big girl words, and a lot of people think that is the funniest thing ever, and I'm like, "It's true.
Exactly.
Use your big girl words. They're there for a
I
reason."
mean, it's funny, but it's true. It really is true.
Mhm.
Yes, like, nothing I've had some conversation with someone about this too, like, I don't feel like 2 adults bringing their feelings to each other should ever result in an argument, like a
No.
screaming, yelling match, like, if it does, like, y'all need to really step back and dissect what is really going on here and do the
Mhm.
work on that because
Mhm.
it should never turn I'm not saying that's something you're not passionate about, the engagement, if you will, but it should never result in the yelling and screaming and cussing
Never.
and I've been guilty of that in the past. Like I remember I used to because I did not grow up in a home knowing how to communicate. I had to teach myself
Mhm.
had how to communicate, and it's still something I learn every day.
Mhm.
I don't think that have it mastered. Like I had mentioned earlier, something about that I felt like one of my good friends who I care deeply about has really made me realize, like, oh my gosh, I'm a healed person, but there's still some layers, some things that I need that have
Mhm.
been brought to the forefront that I need to continue to work on, like
Mhm.
being reactive with certain things and sit back and thinking, okay, why is this happening? Let me ask questions first
Mhm.
before. you
Mhm.
know?
I think the other thing is like, I hear a lot of people, especially, like, I don't know, men will be like, "Well, you're a perfect 10. I wish my wife was like this," or "I wish, like, so and so was like this. Like, why aren't our women like this?" And it's like, "Nope, I'm not." I wanna stop you right there. I appreciate that compliment, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I can always work on myself. I can always better myself, and I'm never going to say that I'm a perfect 10 because there's no
Yes,
way. There's no way,
for
because
sure,
I am
for
a
sure.
human being, and that doesn't exist. That kind of perfection is not a thing.
Yeah,
It's not. It's truly
yep.
not. Like, there's no way. And I'm accountable
No,
enough to
I
say,
completely agree with you.
"Nope, nope." And I'm never I was raised well, yes, 100%. My parents were incredible at raising me and my brother. They are such wonderful parents. It's my mom's birthday today, so shout out to my mom. But
Oh, happy birthday, Chelsea's mom.
her name's Karen.
Oh, Karen. She's a good Karen, though.
She's the best Karen. She's like the least Karen ever.
Yeah.
Like, she's very much like me. She cracks me.
She's the least Karen Karen.
Literally. She's like the funniest.
Love that.
She laughs at like everything and never complains about anything, and it's so hilarious. I'm like, "Mom, you're like not a Karen." She goes, "Why
Oh,
does my name just get the bad rap?" I was like, "I don't."
girl, I love how you said that. That was very, Minnesota, like, the bag?
I know.
Could you grab the
Girl,
bag?
I work with someone that said bagel instead of bagel, and I'm like, "No."
Okay, now that's just wrong.
I'm like, "That makes me uncomfortable. Please
Where
don't
are you
say things like
from?
that." I know. I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
No.
Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. I'm always ready.
Why is submission to a job empowering, but submission to a good godly man oppressive?
Well, first off, I think a lot of women these days, and I'll put my old self in this category too, don't really know what submission means.
Mhm.
Like sub, under, mission, next, like it doesn't mean that you're below a man. It doesn't mean the whole like, oh, go make me a sandwich. You're my slave. Like that's not what it is. I do think people get confused with the word submission, even men sometimes. Like
Mhm.
to me, um, I will submit to my husband who is submitted to Christ. Like I
Mhm.
don't think any man deserves to be submitted to. Like there's a,
Mhm. Mhm.
a chain with that.
Mhm.
And I think so for in marriage with submission, these women get it confused. And again, it boils back to the feminism and the empowerment. And my husband's not telling me what to do. Like he's not telling me what to do.
I want
Like
my husband to tell me what
this
to
is a
do.
little
Please
segue to
tell
that,
me.
but
I don't
kind
want to
of
do
ties
that shit by myself. Tell me what to do right
same
now.
here. Oh my gosh, I want to be led. I don't want to make decisions.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to.
I don't
I want to
either.
make decisions. You know what? This is crude. I'm sorry. But this is truly how I think. Like, I would rather give my husband, I'm saying husband, I'd rather give my husband a blowjob than sit there and have to go get my oil changed. Like,
Me
you go
too.
take care of that. I'll make dinner, give you a blowjob. You take care of changing my oil. Okay? I don't want any part of that. Belly full, balls empty.
Yep.
It's a simple,
Amen,
I'm
sister.
sorry.
I
That
don't
might
care.
offend some people. And yes, that
I
came out
don't
of my
care.
mouth.
I'm married and I will do that all day long. Give it.
I don't care either.
I don't care. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're listening to this, my God, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. Sorry, Karen.
And Jim,
Happy birthday.
she's 68 today. She's a spring chicken.
But no, oh, no. But I think it like that also ties into the way that women are not taking care of their men. There's so much, like literally we could spend hours
Mhm.
dissecting just that one comment.
Mhm.
Like it's submitting is not being a slave. And I think a lot of people have that. You can't have two heads of the household. There's not two heads of the household.
No.
Like, I had posted, a while back, but Travis had put a video out about the umbrella concept. Like, the umbrella is led by God, and the man, the head of the household, is the umbrella. holding it, protecting the woman, and the the family. And I just feel like it's to me, it's a simple concept, but people, it's a pride and ego thing. That's really what it boils down to, pride and ego. I'm not submitting to a man. Man's not telling me what to do. You know, I actually have this in my edits, like ready to go, a video. And I came across this content creator and she was selling a product and she's literally half naked selling this product, her big old boobs push-up bra, and I'm like, how horrible is it that these women are half naked on the internet? I don't care if you're selling a product, a service, just making a video, if you're in your home, wherever,
Mhm.
and you're half naked on the internet for the internet to see.
Mhm.
Like, since when did that become
Mhm.
acceptable? One,
Mhm.
as a man, if you are allowing it, I'm gonna say allow,
Mhm.
if you are allowing your woman to dress that way on the everyone to see your goods, because women don't like to hear this, a woman's body when you get married is also your husband's and vice versa.
Yep.
Um, you're a wet noodle of a man. You're a wet noodle of a man. You
You're a
can't
f
lead.
you're a
And I have no respect for a
fettuccine
man.
fettuccine elbow noodle.
You're not even al dente. There you go. You're a
Ew.
wet noodle. Like this slippery wet noodle.
Per the internet
Oh my
per the
gosh.
internet,
Oh,
biblically,
please.
submission is the
Um,
act of willingly yielding to the authority of another, rooted in a voluntary, humble, and respectful disposition that starts with submission to God. It is not about being a doormat or losing your value, but about willingly cooperating with God's appointed structures, such
yes.
as within marriage, the church, government, for the sake of order and unity. This involves deferring to a leader while still contributing your own input and gifts, with the ultimate goal being to honor God. Still contributing your own input.
Yes.
What?
Yes, and that's a thing. You're like, some of these women, when they don't understand, and again, I can go back to my marriage and reflect on how I was wrong. I didn't allow my husband to lead,
Uh-huh.
and I talk about this in my ebook. I didn't allow him to lead. If he made a choice in my mind, I would question it. Like, are you sure? Like, my way is better. So no. So moving forward, now that I know what I know, in my husband, I'm choosing this man to be in my life. So it means that I trust in his headship, the leadership. The men are the head, we're the heart, and that's where you get the whole polarity of it all.
Yep.
And I just feel like you have to allow him to make a decision. Now there are big things, okay, are we buying a house together? Yes,
Yes.
there's things you talk about,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, if he feels that he needs to go take, I don't know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but if he feels like there's a decision that he needs to make for the greater good of our family, I'm gonna entrust in him that he is making the right choice and he's being led by God with
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna let him do it.
If my husband
I'm not
came
gonna
to
fight him
me
on it.
if my husband came to me today and said, "Babe, I think I really want to go travel and dig holes traveling. I'm gonna start looking for RVs. I am not going to question that. I can pick right up and leave. I can work wherever the hell I gotta work. It doesn't matter. I'm going." What did Ruth say?
Yep. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up.
Hold on. I don't want to say it wrong. Hold on.
I don't remember.
What did Ruth
I'll know once you say it, but I can't spit it out verbatim.
Do not urge me to leave you or to return from following you, for wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God.
Yes.
That's what
My
she
God, yep,
said.
I remember the last part of it.
Yep. Where
Yeah.
you go, I go.
Ruth would have been my homegirl today.
Same.
Yep, we would have been homies. Yep.
Um, is there anything else you want to say? We're at an hour 13.
Ooh, look at us. I will say, first off, thank you so much for having me back on. It's always, fun just
It is.
kinda shooting the whatever. I don't really shooting the shit, I guess.
Yes.
Is what you say. Um, And then, I don't know, just it always sparks, like, different segues and, topics, and I feel like we have very similar, viewpoints on
Mhm,
things, and,
mhm,
it's just always a fun time, and, I look forward to the feedback and the comments, and I would like to say, my new ebook is on my website, HaleyRochelle.com, and it tells a whole lot about my of course, the ebook is condensed, so it's condensed, but it tells some of my story, things that I've done wrong, and kinda how I had worked through that in accountability, so,
mhm. And I'll put all of that in the show notes so everybody can click on it too.
yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.